Hi guys, ImPacTGaming here, and welcome to FIFA 16 Southampton career mode. Right, after 3 times attempting the intro, it's finally got it correct, so let's get into this. The first game you are seeing at the moment is actually Southampton, which is me, versus Monaco, and as you can see right there, we did not get off to a flying start. Monaco do open up the series with making me concede a game in the pre-season tournament, so not too good at all. 1-0 down. Right, I will just quickly go through a lot of stuff that I've written down about this series, what's going on at the moment. Season objectives for the cups, so the FA Cup and the Capital One Cup, we've got to reach the round of 16. Or we've been asked to, objectives. The league, we've got to qualify for the Euro League, and the Euro League itself, we've got to reach the finals. So not win it, just reach the finals. See, if you're going to tell me to reach the final, well, at least tell me to win it. We've also got to look for a keeper. There was the objectives I've been given. I looked at the team and we don't have a right mid. We've actually been playing Sadio Mane there, who's actually a centre forward. We've been playing him in the right mid spot. So I've made it my mission to sign a right mid. Right, with the Youth Academy, we spent 1.476 million on a Youth Academy staff member. And we sent him to Germany for 233k for 9 months. By the way, there you go, 1-0. Charlie Alston with a power header. Lovely little finish right there. Nice crossing. You don't see replays because it will take a long time. Otherwise, this is one take really. It's 20-minute video. Mental. Probably the longest video you've seen on my channel at the moment, besides the live stream. But anyway, Youth Academy 2.88 million on another Youth Academy staff member. This time, I think this one was 5 stars for each. The other one was like 3 and 4. But yeah, we sent him to France for 259k for 9 months. And finally, for the 3rd staff member in the Youth Academy, who went to Brazil for 9 months for 220k, cost me 1.044 million. So yeah. And here are some of the inquiries and scoutings I've done for right mids or right wings. Andre Ayew from Swansea. I inquired for him and he's 25. We also got an email back about that. Well, we can't sign him because he's recently joined the club. So that one can be cancelled out of the signing sprees. I'm not going to be signing too many people, by the way. I only wanted to sign a right mid. Maybe 2 right mids actually, 1 replacement. And a goalkeeper, purely because of the fact we got Youth Academy staff members now. We also looked at Daniel Blazer from Newcastle. We scouted him and he's 18 years old. Nothing back about him just yet. Actually, I think we might have finished the scouting on him and I didn't really particularly enjoy the look of him. But I'm not too sure about that. We looked at Fabio Barini from Sunderland and the scout. He's 24. Alex Bray from Swansea, 19 years old, and we scouted him. We then furtherly, after the scout went through, we inquired him for that got back, and we've actually put in a 200k bid for him. He's 19 years old, bear in mind. And Southampton is a young squad, because if you do know Southampton very well, they get rid of a lot of players, and they are all very young normally. But anyway, we then looked at Sam Bryan from West Ham, actually linked to Arsenal currently in real life, but we scouted him at 21. I'm not sure if by the looks of things I didn't inquire about him at all. And then we also looked at Joel Campbell, aged 23 from Arsenal. We inquired about him. That was a 6.5 million Arsenal wanted. We bid 3.5 million. They actually didn't accept that. We then bid 3.5 million with Stephen Davis. They didn't want that either because they wasn't interested in the player. So they not accepted it. And just after the second game, we did end up bidding 5 million for him. If that doesn't go through, I'll mention that in the next video. On the next episode, which by my calculations or by my reading skills is actually on Thursday, so 2 days. This is currently 4 PM on Tuesday the 5th. And just to let you know before this, my ImPacTGaming account has been banned from communications for 2 weeks for no apparent reason again. So that will reduce the free-for-alls and the random class generators. I'm not sure if I will still be able to get them done on a different account. This time I will try to, because 2 weeks is a long time. So stay tuned for more information on that. Hopefully you would have already known about that, because I'll explain that in the Call of Duty video that goes up earlier today if I fix it. If not, then you'll also know about that. I think this game's still currently 1-1, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, back into the stuff. We then looked at Gerard Deulofeu. I can't remember how his name said. Deulofeu, that's it, Deulofeu. From Everton, 21-year-old. We scouted him, nothing really interesting about him, to be honest. We then looked at the final right mid position is Jamie Eaton Collins from Norwich, 18 years old, and it's out. Nothing else went further with him. We then looked at the inquiries and scouting of goalkeepers, which none of them we did inquire about, just at the start anyway. We looked at Daniel Bachmann from Stoke, 20 years old, we scouted him, nothing went through. Bradley Collins is from Chelsea, 18, scouted. Nathan Gartside from Watford, 17-year-old, just scouted as well. And Oliver Davis from Swansea, we scouted him, age 20. We then went in to inquire about him because he looked alright. And then we put a bid in for 180k. So 2 Swansea players we bid for, 380k between them. So that's that. But this first game was going very nice. We did bring it through all the way there. We did cut back, which was really nice. Finessed it off the post in the end. Charlie Austin with his second goal of the game, second of the season really. I'm actually going to keep track of all the goals my players score.
We go again, 2-1.
So let's get a piece of paper quickly and I'll write that down. I can't even spell pre-season. Pre-season. I put pre as in P-R-E-A, then S-O. What? Pre-season goals.
Substitution.
Charlie Austin. Put 2 strikes next to his name. And there is another goal we do score. So I'm not going to tell you about because you'll see it later on in the episode.
The birthday boy.
Right, so I probably mentioned this in a game before on YouTube. Don't know what one I mentioned it on, but I did have to delete both the career modes, episodes 1 and 2. What I did. So this isn't actually the first time I've done this. The first time I did it, we did end up actually only winning 1-0 this first game, and we we drew the second game in the episode 0-0. But that wasn't the case this time around. It's a bit more energetic. Bit more stride into the game, bit more entertaining to play, less rage as well. Wasn't raging at all. Quite a calm 2 games, to be honest. I was talking to myself just because that's what I do for some reason. People think you're weird if you talk to yourself, they're not at all. If I'm just sitting there, just say this was back in the day, and back in the day I mean by that I mean when I was in school, so not long ago at all, but when I was actually learning stuff, so yeah, a while ago. Back in when I used to be in maths class, actually learning stuff, I used to say the calculations to myself as well. Like I'd be sitting there, if I'm writing the calculations down from a calculator or something, like 6 times or what, fucking 704 or something, I'd be speaking to myself very faintly, writing it down. So I did it there. I do it when playing games as well, like FIFA. If you do remember my channel a while ago, if you was here, I did a FIFA 14 career mode, recorded through my tablet. 1 game per episode that was, but I used to sit there commentating, like, I think I was doing it with Southend career mode. I was like, give this to Weston or something. Weston passes it through to, I can't remember his name now. What was his name? He left Southend last year. No, just for the sake of it, because that's the only name I can for some reason remember. Darren Bent. I know he didn't play for Southend when it's not the one I was on about. Barry Court, that's it. There you go. Like Miles Weston passes it through to Barry Court. I'm probably commentating over it like a football commentator normally does. Except none of the BS they talk about, like they did in the Iceland-France game today. By the way, Iceland-France game was absolutely overpowered. 5-2 France. Well done, France. Just makes us look, makes England look absolutely fucking diabolical. If we beat France, well, that's before the tournament, but we did beat France. But then we did end up losing. So yeah, we beat France and we lost to Iceland, but France beat Iceland. So surely we look absolutely shit. But yeah, that was the first game. We did end up winning it 1-0. Sorry, 2-1. This game, I'll tell you the stats from that first game. So you know, obviously, 2-1 to us over Monaco. After going 1 down, we had 6 shots, 3 on target, and we had 47% possession. Monaco had 3 shots, 2 on target, and 53% possession. So quite a nice all-rounded game. They had the better shots on target ratio, but We had more shots, more put away.
A lot of transfer whispers
The
haven't
goal
been
we
about
do
the
score in this game. I will spoil it here, but I won't tell you the score. We had a really odd goal. Like, we shouldn't have scored it. I don't think FIFA was going correctly. You will see what I mean when the goal is scored. The keeper should have easily saved it, but he didn't. But yeah, we have scored 2 goals, which is both from Charlie Austin in that first game. This game we're actually playing Zenit from whatever league that is. I can't actually remember. Zenit versus Southampton in the pre-season tournament. We are currently on 3 points on the table. We had some nice pass in there, but it was a bit dodgy sometimes as well. That was a nice, well-played pass, but too powerful for our left mid to get onto it. At the time, I think it's actually Tadic. Might be wrong, it might not even been Tadic, but he is our left mid. So is Jay Rodriguez, which we brought on at half-time in the first game and the second game. In this game at half-time, we do actually bring on a right back in right wing, because we don't actually currently have any right wings. That's what I'm on about. Now, if I get my hands on that Joel Campbell, like I mentioned, and that Alex Bray, then we have 2. I know one of them's 19. Maybe he can start the game and then Joel Campbell can finish it, or the other way. Joel Campbell can play 75 minutes maybe. Actually, no. If I make subs, by the way, they will only be at half-time when you can't see it on camera, because I haven't got the time to do a 2-year video. It's currently already 20 minutes. This is probably the longest one it's ever going to be. But that was a very dirty tackle. We actually almost did very well here, to be honest. I was thinking about it. No, left-footed can't be taking it left-footed unless we pilot it round into the top corner. Not mentioning Payet's foot, but I'm just saying bending it top corner like he does. We did end up putting Ward-Prowse on it with that right boot. Going for that top corner, slightly missed. Just not good at free kicks at all. Can't really predict where it's going to go. Maybe I'll get better on them. Maybe I'll score one when the series goes on. Bit of a dodgy place to take the free kicks. Throw at the other side, so the right side of the box, with a left footer taking it. Mainly because I'm a left footer, but it just feels, it looks better to take as well when you're actually taking it, by the way. But yeah, we are currently still at we still are currently at 0-0 in this. And as it stands, we're going on 4 points on the table. I've actually not checked the table currently, so I'm not too sure whether we are winning or we're not winning. After this game, I'm assuming we're winning, but they have a free kick there. It actually falls very nicely to one of the players who heads it down, and we almost gave away a penalty there, but he did run into me. That was almost exactly like the Monreal Jamie Vardy tackle when Arsenal beat Leicester City 2-1 this season, or the season just ended. Had a nice movement there by himself. I think we did put a slight dribble down, cut back in, lovely, yeah, cut back in. But this is the goal, I think. Keeper should have got it, but Wanyama just headed it past the keeper on the same pretty much spot. So Wanyama is on 1 goal, Charlie Austin is on 2 for the episode and for the season. I'll keep you updated on that. And after this commentary, so in the next gameplay, I'll keep you updated on the assists as well. So I'm not exactly sure who the assists were from, but you will soon find out. So I will keep track of the assists. But they almost did score there. They did almost score quite a few. I think, yeah, they had a lot more shots. They had double the shots we had in this game by the stats I've written down. But we had double the shots on target, so that is why we won. We had less possession again, but I'll get into that near the end of the game, in the second half sometime. There's actually 4 segments to this second game because it took so long. For some reason it took, I think it's because of all the fouls and shit. Even though the second one, the first game had more goals, this one must have had a lot more fouls. So that was not good. That's something I'm going to have to improve on. This is actually the 3rd time doing these videos, by the way. The first one I had to delete from YouTube due to the second episode not recording properly. The second time I did it, the second game, so the game I'm in now technically, but it was a different opponent I played. I got a red card in it, and I was really, really annoyed. So I just turned my Xbox off. So that's not good at all. Don't worry, that won't happen again. I just got annoyed because of what happened earlier on in the day. My other account, which I'm not going to mention at all until I record a video on it, actually got banned for a day for communications, even though I literally... I think I deserved that one because I called someone a shit cunt on Call of Duty through messages because he kept killing me with a shotgun, and you know me, if you've seen the commentaries, I absolutely hate getting killed by shotguns. He also killed me with C4s and shit, so that pissed me off even more. You can wonder why I said you're a shit cunt. He took no skill to kill me with a shotgun, but I'm not going to get into the Call of Duty at the moment because this is a FIFA gameplay. So that is why that's happening. I will quickly mention as well that that account's only banned for a day. One day. That ban comes off at 2 o'clock. Wait, what day is it today? It's 5th. It comes off at 2 o'clock yesterday. Currently at 4 o'clock at almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So in 12 hours, just over 12 hours, I'll get that account back. Very, very nice. I can't remember what I was going to check. Oh yeah, Sky Sports News. If there's any mad transfers going through, that's when the computer decides to want to load, but no, it doesn't want to. A new tab has loaded, but the top sites haven't loaded just yet. We've got about 4 minutes to go through the Sky Sports. If it decides to load, it'll be clicking it now. I'll tell you if there's any big news. Actually, I haven't mentioned everything yet because I've done a video for a while. Arsenal have signed a 21-year-old Japanese striker, Takuma Asano. I've mentioned him before in the videos, but we've actually signed him now. And Arsene Wenger says he's one for the future. So he may not, well, we may be done in the transfer market for strikers, may not. He's one for the future. He's still highly linked to Alexandre Lacazette, which is 100% what I want to happen. Fantastic player, 100% want him at the club. He's 25, I want to say, so he's got roughly 5 more years in him, a couple more years and he's at his prime, probably, as they speak. The older, the late 20s is the prime normally, so if we get him now, hopefully he gets 30 goals for us in one of his first couple of seasons, wins us the league, that'll be lovely. But we also need to get another, we do need to sign another midfielder and another defender, to be honest. Defender because Gabriel not the best, Mertesacker a bit too old, and another midfielder because we did lose 3 midfielders. We lost Ziski, we lost Flamini, and we lost Arteta, who's actually now coaching at Manchester City alongside Pep Guardiola and the boys over there at City. Sky Sports, oh wait, I was about to say it's not loading, but it is. Gundogan is key for City according to Pep, okay.
It's a bad pass. Giving it straight to the opposition.
Breaking news. Okay, Crystal Palace expect to sign Chris Thompson? James Tompkins within 24 hours according to Sky sources. Guards in 6 Premier League switch, okay.
Stephen Davis. Jay Rodriguez.
We haven't got long to go through the rest of the news, so I'm actually just going to go through it as quickly as possible. Ahmed Musa apparently going to the Premier League. Brighton, I don't care who they signed, to be honest. Leicester, Robson Kanu from Wales. He actually had a stunning goal against whatever it is. Juventus after Conte against Belgium, that's what I meant. Close to City apparently. Chelsea's new signing says it's good to be there. Yeah, it was confirmed at 3 o'clock that he signed for the club. Okay. Sorry, I'm going through this news quite quick. The videos are almost pretty much at the end. Oh fucking hell, this goes really fast. Yeah, seems to be all the news at the moment. Yeah, it's just breaking news here at 12 o'clock. Mikel Arteta, the coach at City. Arsenal, yeah, I've already told you about the signing. So that's all for now. By the way, the new Arsenal signing, Takuma Asano, actually has had 5 caps for Japan. I'm thinking, people have been complaining about him, that they don't know who he is, so he's got to be shit. To be fair, I didn't even know who Granit Xhaka was before we signed him. I'm actually being serious, I didn't know who he was, and he's an absolute beast. So, anyone could be good. I didn't know who Neymar was until he played for Barcelona. Don't think anyone did. He turned out to be an absolute gem. I know obviously he's Brazilian, and most Brazilians are actually good, whereas Japanese players aren't exactly beast. Yeah, that's my point. But if you did enjoy this video, by the way, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Soon to be episode number 2. Like I said, 2 more days for that. And if you did enjoy this, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next gameplay. Thanks and goodbye. Actually didn't tell you the stats actually, let me quickly tell you them. They had 6 shots, 1 shot on target, 52% possession. We had 3 shots, 2 on target and 48% possession. So they're the stats. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.
Great work by the goalkeeper. The ball is his and he's made sure he's protected it. He's lost the ball, the keeper.